The Art of Being Alone, a full book review, 5 life-changing lessons. Welcome to the Reading Mindset. If you are on a journey of self-discovery, self-love, and emotional independence, then this book is for you. In today's fast-paced world, we are constantly surrounded by people, social media, and distractions. But what happens when we are alone? Most people fear solitude, thinking it leads to loneliness. But what if I told you that being alone is actually the key to inner peace and self-growth? Today, we are reviewing The Art of Being Alone, a book that teaches us how to embrace solitude and turn it into one of our greatest strengths. By the end of this video, you'll learn 5 powerful lessons that will help you find peace in solitude, build emotional resilience, develop unshakable self-confidence, discover your true self, live a happier and more independent life. Stay until the end because these lessons have the potential to completely change your perspective on being alone. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe for more book reviews and self-development insights. Like this video and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Book Introduction. Why solitude is a superpower. We live in a world where being constantly busy is seen as a sign of success. But what if the real secret to success, happiness, and personal growth is actually spending time alone? This book explains why solitude is not loneliness. Instead, it's a chance to reflect on your life, develop a deeper understanding of yourself, detach from external validation, find happiness within. The greatest minds in history, thinkers, writers, and philosophers have all embraced solitude as a tool for creativity, wisdom, and self-mastery. Now, let's dive into the 5 most powerful lessons from this book that will change the way you see being alone. Lesson number 1. Being alone is the key to self-discovery. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking they need to be constantly surrounded by others to feel fulfilled. But the truth is, the more time you spend alone, the better you understand yourself. When you're alone, you get to think without influence from others, reflect on your goals, dreams, and fears, listen to your inner voice without the constant noise of social media, conversations, and external pressures. You finally have the freedom to be yourself. Example: many of the greatest minds in history, Leonardo da Vinci, Nikola Tesla, and even Albert Einstein, valued solitude because it allowed them to think deeply, be creative, and understand life better. The next time you find yourself alone, don't rush to fill the silence. Instead, embrace it. Lesson number 2. Solitude builds mental and emotional strength. Many people avoid being alone because they fear their own thoughts. But solitude teaches us how to deal with our emotions instead of running from them. Being alone helps you become mentally stronger by facing your thoughts, reduce dependence on others for happiness, develop emotional resilience. People who enjoy their own company don't feel lonely when they are alone. Instead, they become more independent and emotionally secure. Example: monks and spiritual leaders spend time in solitude to achieve inner peace. They use this time to meditate, reflect, and grow emotionally. If you can sit with yourself in silence without distractions, you become stronger than most people. Lesson number 3. Being alone helps you build self-confidence. Do you ever feel uncomfortable doing things alone, like eating at a restaurant or traveling by yourself? That's because society has made us believe that being alone is strange or sad. But the truth is, people who enjoy their own company are the most confident. When you spend time alone, you learn to trust yourself and your decisions, stop seeking approval from others, develop self-respect and independence. Example: think of highly confident people. They don't need constant validation. They are comfortable being alone, making their own choices, and living life on their terms. One way to build self-confidence is by doing more things alone, going for solo trips, eating out by yourself, or simply enjoying a peaceful walk. Lesson number 4. Alone time boosts creativity and productivity. Some of the most successful people in history spent time alone to do their best work. Solitude gives you the space to Think deeply without distractions. Come up with new ideas. Focus on important tasks. Example, writers, artists, and entrepreneurs often work in solitude because it allows them to be creative without outside noise. If you want to be more productive and creative, try spending an hour each day without distractions and no phone, no social media, just you and your thoughts. Lesson number 5A. Being alone leads to true happiness. Most people believe that happiness comes from relationships, social status, or material things. But true happiness comes from within. When you learn to enjoy solitude, you stop relying on others for happiness, fearing loneliness, chasing external validation. Instead, you find joy in simple things: reading, walking, thinking, and being present in the moment. Example, people who are truly happy can be alone without feeling lonely. They don't need constant entertainment because they have found peace within themselves. The goal is not to isolate yourself but to become so comfortable being alone that your happiness doesn't depend on anyone else. Final thoughts. Say how to apply this book in your life. The ability to enjoy being alone is one of the most valuable skills you can develop. It leads to self-awareness, confidence, creativity, and happiness. To apply the lessons from this book: spend time alone every day and no phone, no distractions, just quiet time for reflection. Do activities by yourself. Go for a walk, eat at a restaurant, or travel solo. Stop seeking constant validation. Learn to trust yourself and your choices. Use solitude for self-improvement. Read, learn, and grow during your alone time. Embrace solitude, don't fear it. See it as a strength, not a weakness. If you start applying these lessons, you'll notice a huge shift in your confidence, mindset, and happiness. If you found this video helpful, like, share, and comment below with your favorite lesson from this book. Do you enjoy solitude, or do you struggle with being alone? Let's discuss in the comments.